Lijep pozdrav svima. Drago mi je što sam opet u Sarajevu. A i kad se predstavim i prije nego što nastavim, ženi moj sam obećao dvije stvari. A isto ona dolazi iz Bosne. A to je prva, da neću pričati na bosanski, jer sigurno neću dobro da prevedem. A druga, da neću da stavim više nego 3 slike na PowerPoint prezentaciju, znači sebe. Hajde sad da vidimo kako sam uspeo sa ovim drugom stvarom, ali from now on I will continue in English. So what I would like to share with you is digital transformation of city, how cities evolve, what are the key challenges, and how to move ahead towards the smart city 3.0. Okay, so first of all, as I already shared with you, I will share with you some challenges, then evolution of the city. Then we move to the name Lorenzo Madrid, an author of the book recently published. He was a speaker at Ljubljana Forum on Future of Cities. Then a few words about smart city trends. Why? Because GFS Institute, Go Foresight Institute, which I work for, stands for foresight, means trends. So what are the future trends? And at the end of the day, I would like to share with you a regional example, an example of successful city. Why? Because we heard about Barcelona, Vienna, Chicago, top stars, but show me the case how the city in the region of Southeast Europe or Adriatic region can successfully digitally transform, and what are the steps towards that? So, okay, so to go with the journey I shared here with you about the challenges and the beautiful region that we live, the region, Adriatic region of Southeast Europe. But here we have amazing differences. On the top, you can see the picture of 4 mayors and 3 vice mayors. Starting to the left, vice mayor of Vienna, then going further, mayor of Banja Luka, going further, mayor of Bijeljina, then going further, mayor of Ljubljana, then mayor of Rijeka, and then we have Tirana vice mayor and vice mayor of Prizren. Now try to imagine the cities and the smart cities between Vienna and Prizren. Okay, about blockchain. And blockchain is about mining. So we already have a history. We have a great history here of miners. Even in Bosnia, we have a world champion on mining. So back that time, Mr. Sirotanovic was a world champion, beating Soviet champion on digging brown coal out of the earth. And about the brown coal, believe it or not, I will connect today brown coal with the smart city. And let's see how. And down there, we see nowadays miners. And those 4 guys are also from here. And they are today champions. Okay, so the complexity and the challenges of cities are, and what mayors, those 7 mayors and vice mayors are facing are, okay, I'm going smart, but how I will solve the problem of pollution? How I will solve, being more smart, the problem of traffic? And can you show me what is the way towards using technology, and in some cases even blockchain? Our moderator today presented me that I'm an expert on blockchain, but believe me, I would not advise, in majority of the cases in the city, to use blockchain. Only if you are at Dubai and have a bench amount of money and you want to be the first, but you always ask yourself, you always ask yourself how much you spent and how smart then you are. So the city challenges, what we have today, is really different understanding and different needs from Vienna to Prizren and different stages of development. And then budgets, and then commitment of leadership, and then the question and the role of city stakeholders, and at the end, two things, citizens and funds. But I don't want to use today buzzword. It's all about citizens. Citizens should be smart, of course. But show me the case how. Because believe it or not, more technology we have today, citizens are less involved in policy-making process, less involved in the governance. Okay, this was about the challenges. So now let's see how we can go ahead. So we see today we already heard about different definitions of smart city. It's a huge universe. And what is a smart city? What I would like to add into this puzzle of the event is a complex and heterogeneous concept. It involves the use of ICT-based innovation in the urban space to improve the quality of life. And that's where we are. Miners from the past, miners of today, and what's the quality of life, of the air, where we live. And then show me the case how smart I am. Okay, so what I would like to share with you today is there is about the governance. There are many players, industry, university, startups, but if city is not committed, city leadership and city administration, believe me, it is really hard to achieve results. So we need to increase the public administration capacity, understanding. We need, with the aim to improve the quality of life offering to the citizens. With inclusion of citizens, we promote democracy, for sure. And at the end of the day, when all this functions, we also create attractive places. And we already hear from Thomas, from the speech before, about the attractiveness and beauties of the places where we live. But many times, administrations are far behind. Okay, so now, let me share with you quickly the evolution of smart city. So the first was probably all familiar, Smart City 1.0, a city that works well, operation, automation, and many of IoT devices, smart lighting, measuring traffic, and similar. So the good showcase, there are many and already in the region, is like Cambridge, UK, where sensors are deployed, measure the level of waste inside collection containers. And what are the benefits? The benefits in this case are to optimize the collection routes. And on the other side, again, to contribute to the CO2 emission, again about the environment. So lower petrol consumption. And these are the cities 1.0 that mayors pretty much understand, do well, and many of them already implement. Here we see one example how data is stored in the city in the past and when it goes to the platform to the right. It's a beautiful example of smart city platform of one company, how they structure data. And what are in the region realized project using that? It's in Ljubljana, you have in the city, BTC city. Then in Dubrovnik also governance platform, and in the small town called Šentrupert. So the size and the importance of city doesn't matter. It can be a champion and the leader, a smart mayor that can move ahead even in a smaller place. Okay, next. Smart City 2.0. So it moves ahead. It's already about citizens. They are more inclusive. City respond with technology. There are service integration. And the platform before it is somewhere that I show, and the cities in between City 1.0, 2.0. And of course, also we have integration of web and apps in this case. Now next, and what's the good use case? It's Utrera, Spain. And now go to the Smart City 3.0. Smart City 3.0 is already the city that thinks. It's autonomous management. It's a great data analytic behind, and also AI that is used. And if we go, remember back the first picture from Vienna to Prizren, or in between where we are, Vienna is really pretty much to the top in the world. But we need to know that they were one of the first pioneers. They start with the first 1.0, 2.0, and then come to the stage where they are now. Good example, out of the region Seville, where they use artificial intelligence, rule-based autonomous decisions. Here we can see very well the tracking, the integrated city lighting, security, and governance. And Spain was also one of the forerunners, and the Spanish government already in the year 2008 invested big time into the development of smart cities. So city brain dashboard, again, visualize alarm devices, assets, resources, real-time KPIs, surveillance by artificial intelligence, and all other important things. Okay. Now, pictures. And this is the only one, there will not be three. So I fulfill my promise to my wife, that's okay. So you can witness that, thank you. But over there, this is in BTC City in Ljubljana. Lorenzo Madrid was a speaker 2 weeks ago at Ljubljana Forum, and he presented the book that I will share with you in the next slide. And Lorenzo was a former vice president of Microsoft coming from Brazil, and now is one of the key consultants for development of smart cities. And believe me, he learned what is hot air, and now, as independent consultant, he really is able to deliver. And the next book, I would strongly refer to it. But before that, here we have his model of governance and what is important for development of Smart City 3.0. What are the necessary steps? First, should be a good vision, political will of mayor, city leaders. Second, strategic plan. Yes, we go into this direction. Tactics, policies, and governance. Here we are in relations either with the canton, on the state level of government, and then we need to have resources. And resources are technology, financial, and human resources. I mentioned before capacity of the administration. Very, very important. It means knowledge how to do it inside of the administration. And at the end, smart city components, technology is only an enabler. At the end of the day, all brilliant smart solutions you can apply, you can build, but first of all, you need to have vision and resources. And we see happy citizens at the end of the day. So that is the book I would refer to all of you. It's available from this October on in the Amazon, Smart City 3.0. It's about technology trends, metrics, why projects fail, very important, why they fail. Also to learn from that, good practice cases, taxonomy and more, strongly recommended. Okay, now just a few words about trends, to move ahead, to speed up a bit. It's not, and I will highlight a few important, not all. So first, it's not only for big cities. They spend enormous amount of money. Now really mid-sized cities are taking place. It's about human-centric approach, more intuitive, and very important business models from OPEX goes to, from CAPEX to OPEX, which means that you cover operational costs. So even smart city evolution is provided as a service. And interoperability on the fly. It means all different parts need to be connected. The next, increase citizens' engagement, but really important, we will see in the case of Rijeka, which they highlight as one of the most important areas of citizens' engagement for the success of the project. Decentralizing control, increased government transparency, greater focus on revenue generation, and use of low-cost IoT devices. Okay, now City of Rijeka. Mr. Chairman, Moderator, how much do I have time left? 5 minutes? Okay. Are we okay for next 5 minutes? Yeah? Okay, good. So, the city of Rijeka, show me the case. Show me the example. Show me the case in the city in our beautiful region that did it in a quite smart way, supported by European Commission. It's also about smart city, but they more focus on digital transformation of city processes in order to become smart. But now, how smart? It depends on the smart starting point. 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, at what time, with what kind of resources, with what kind of ambition. And the important is of this project, it was an European Commission derived project with the 41 cities. I was a consultant of the city of Rijeka, work with them, so then I can share some of the experiences. So again, it was a strong commitment of city leadership and the mayor. And again, they start to build a smart city actually with the aim to create the city of well-being. Why? Next year they organize their European Capital of Culture, city of Rijeka, and all smartness, all digitalization should serve this purpose. So very good, very smart. Each city has its own specialty, own objective, and they provide technology and digitalization to serve the purpose of the Cultural Capital of Europe event and further to create the city of well-being, the good city to live and to work. And with that, they mobilize stakeholders because it was not just a silo IoT exercise, but really mobilize them. And now 5 steps I would briefly go through that were the most important for success. First, good preparation, city team. Second, defining digital vision and ambition of the city, which direction to go. Third, was a co-creation of digital strategy with the city stakeholders. Fourth was definition, the roadmap of projects, and that one is interesting. You will see later on. Okay, vision, ambition, good, but what are the projects that we will reach this vision and fulfill ambition? So we will see what projects then later on identify the special position and interest of the city of Rijeka. And of course, we need to monitor, evaluate, and upgrade. With that, there is a continuous process of smartness. I kako kažu pameti nikad nema dosta. So it means it is ongoing process. Even smartness, you can always go ahead. So Rijeka, we mentioned, the main goal was 2020 European Capital of Culture, was integration of all other strategies into Digital Cities Challenge strategy. And at the beginning, the weak points that were identified, the weak points, believe it or not, out of 8, was not accessibility of data, was not digital skill set, were not support services, even finances, but the weak point was the community. And the size of the city is not too big, but they identify as a major threat that the stakeholders do not communicate between themselves. And once they go beyond that, and when they identify this, they would succeed. Okay, now I'm coming to the end. The roadmap, selection of 6 projects, first projects for digital transformation strategy was like intranet portal. Why? Because the government inside administration will know who is doing what. Second, open data portal further. Third, integrated document management systems. And then we go more towards external projects. Center of competence for smart cities, production park Torpedo, which is kind of startup accelerator, and incubator for creative technologies, Energana. So those were the first 6 areas identified for the Rijeka Digital Re-Wave. Okay, with that I conclude. I just drop you a few fruits for thought, so you can come to me, approach me. But what I would like to share with you for the conclusion. First of all, let's have in mind all digitalization and the smartness should improve the quality of life. If the quality of life doesn't change, we fail big time. That's first. Second, there is a tremendous opportunities for startups, existing companies, academia, researchers, to build your case, to find your niche solution and move ahead. Use the data of the city. Try to invent new services. So the play field is tremendous. And also I would like to invite you next year to 2020 Ljubljana Forum on Future of Cities, October, which will be 10th anniversary. And at the end, what else to say to Sarajevo Unlimited? Svaka čast.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this very inspirational speech and breaking down a complex subject. Now, I'd like to open the floor for any questions, if there are any from the public. Da li ima pitanja za gospodina Goloba? Imam ja jedno pitanje. The question is, on average, the cities in our region, how would you classify them in terms of smartness? 1.0, 2.0, or 3.0? And the second question is, for those that are more advanced, what has led to that change? Was it internal? Was it self-sought? Or was it an external input that actually made the move to a more advanced level of smartness, so to speak?
Super. Thank you for the question. So the cities in the region, I would say they are in different verticals. Okay, first where they are between 1.0 and 2.0, not counting Graz or the city of Rijeka. Including Ljubljana, where I come from, including Ljubljana, and we hear today, it was so nice to hear that Ljubljana took solution from Belgrade about the parking system. So that's a very particular solution, which is a fantastic. So now try to imagine, you're a startup in Belgrade, you design solution, and you can share this to the city of Ljubljana or the city of Zagreb. So that's the beauty. So where we are between 1.0, 2.0 cities here. What is the major, really the major for moving ahead? Believe it or not, but cities, the leadership of the cities. Because people are bright, companies are great, but if the leaders, city leaders are not recognizing that, not seeing the value, the things cannot move as fast as they could. So we have some really great leaders. Maybe I need to say, we saw on the picture the lady from Tirana, vice mayor, is really, Tirana is one of the cities to really, we need to pay the attention. They have a fantastic mayor, really moving ahead tremendously. Social projects, sport, recreation, fantastic. So I'm very optimistic, but then we need to observe, share these experiences, and bring some of the mayors next year to Unlimited 2020. So I think it will be very interesting to see and to hear them. Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions? Well, you can always talk to our speaker over lunch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.